into positives and how it dropped given certain times, and he was giving reasons why it dropped. The president also showed for 2 years how the government, the UPND government, is beginning to rise the bars again. Very simple and straightforward. And you colleagues have got the ability to ask for that statistics and see if what you are saying is wrong or is correct. We were very proud as ministers to have a president who was able to generate that type of information and share with the nation. You will recall, he referred to agriculture a couple of times. And some of you used your cameras and zoomed on him because you knew what he was talking about. He always talk about irrigation. He's always talking about, water harvesting. He always talks about good technology for the farmer, good seed, good fertilizer. He talks about extension to the farm. He's always talking about irrigation for the farm, so that we don't cultivate once in a year, that we try to cultivate twice in a year. He always talks about mechanization. We need to mechanize our farms. We can't go on just using the hoe. We need to use animals. We need to use animal without power. We need to use tractors, small tractors. We should not have center pivots which only do 50,000 or 150 hectares or 100 hectares. You should have center pivots which do 1 hectare, 2 hectares, which you and I can plant. The president is always talking about these things. Why? Because we have noticed that the productivity of the current small-scale farmer is so low. We are producing 1.7 to 2 metric tons per hectare. Whereas the same seed, the same land, when you give to a commercial farmer, they go up to 10, 15 metric tons per hectare. So the president was using figures. The president was using graphs. Even what I'm telling you, I can easily pester them on a graph and show you to say this is the difference. Last year, we were there. This year, we are there. We hope to be there. When starting, I deliberately gave you figures. 3.1 million tons in 2021. 2.7 million tons in 2022. 3.3 million tons in 2023. So figures tell a story. Graphs tell a story when you are talking to a certain group of people. So, what was the president trying to do? Why did the economy deteriorate? And what should we do to lift the economy from that level of deterioration to a positive position, which positivity is now beginning to show? The president also indicated, colleagues, I remember what he said, look at that graph. He used that graph very well, the one on the XY axis. And he said, if you want, get that graph and plot who was leading at that particular time. I'm sure you remember, colleagues. That's what the president said. Use that graph and plot who was in leadership at that time. That will tell a story of the leadership quality. That is what the president said. He was using those to illustrate, to elaborate, to make us appreciate. And to whom, I want to repeat, to you, colleagues, educated people, to you, colleagues, who are able to understand graphs, to you, colleagues, who could read the graphs and interpret it to my grandmother. You have the privilege to reach out much more than I do. Here I am. I couldn't transmit this information without you. You are here with this technology. This one is live. Which one is this one? ZNBC is live. You can imagine I'm talking and it's beaming, and whoever has got his TV on, they are listening to what we are saying. Because of you, colleagues, because of the power that you have. That is what the president was trying to say. But alas, what do we see in the recent past? All of us have seen what some of the members of our society have been saying. You could be saying, come on, Mr. Mtolo, discuss fertilizer, discuss seed, discuss maize. Why do you want to go into politics? Leave that for other people. No. I am seated on this post, on this chair. I am Minister of Agriculture because I campaigned. Because I'm a member of UPND, I campaigned